What happened to the offshore racing days, or the drug smuggling power boats that were used to outrun the Coast Guard? Or how about the Miami Vice or Bad Boy days that boosted popularity of go-fast boats immensely? A doctor, a lawyer, a businessman with tons of money could get behind the wheel and feel like a bad boy. What's up guys, it's Life Offshore. If you like power boats and the marine world, make sure to drop a like for me, it really helps me out. And also subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you that watches this video. But today I'm going to talk about the downfall of go-fast boats and the reasons why the popularity of them have been declining. As the vast majority of people know performance boats or go-fast boats as cigarettes or cigarette boats, but little do they know that's just a company name that made them famous. Just like we call a cotton swab a Q-tip, or how we call a small bandage a Band-Aid. Well, those are company names that are so famous that we gave them their product name, the name of the company. Same goes for cigarette. They have managed to beat the performance boat recession and remain on top for decades with the V-bottom and the step hull design. We're gonna take it back a little history lesson that we'll have. A guy by the name of Don Aronoff. He became the pioneer and a legend when it comes to go-fast boats. He founded companies like Formula, Donzi, Magnum, which he would all end up selling, and then founded Cigarette. Yes, the famous Cigarette, the company that became the defining brand of the go-fast boating world. But what really made go-fast boats super popular was Miami Vice, Bad Boys. It gave it that cool factor, or that feeling of being a bad boy that everyone wanted. Go-fast boats were being used to bring in illegal drugs into the States. They were so much faster than anything the Coast Guards had at the time that they became popular for drug smugglers. And when Don was killed and murdered, it went unsolved for a while. People began to think that it had to do with the mob. All of this and the drug smuggling, it took a toll on offshore powerboat racing. This led to sponsors abandoning the sport because they were scared of its affiliations. So offshore racing started to die down. But in my opinion, what made go-fast boats' popularity die down was for two main reasons. And when I say die down, I mean as far as the popularity it once had and where it once peaked. Of course, power boats and go-fast boats will have their hardcore fans, like myself, but as far as the main popularity and the majority of people, these two reasons that I'm about to give you is, in my opinion, what made offshore powerboats kind of go extinct. The first reason is center consoles, and the second reason is outboards. The cost to maintain the engines and outdrives of go-fast boats were just too expensive, and they still are. For example, you'd have to rebuild these high horsepower motors after 50 hours of use. Sometimes even less. If you were to race them, you would probably have to rebuild them every race. But for recreational use, after 50 hours, maybe even less, a rebuild can cost $10,000 depending on what motor. That's just per motor. What if you have 3 motors? $10,000 is just a ballpark. Also, the gas consumption and the type of fuel that these high performance engines need, it all adds up. That's when outboards and center consoles started to become more popular, and a different way of boating took course. In my opinion, when center console started to win over the go-fast powerboat owners was when they started to reach speeds of up to 75 or even more miles an hour. This gave them the option to cruise at a respectable speed and get something traditional go-fast boats could not have, and that's to fit a ton of people comfortably on a boat. If you have a 47-foot fountain, you're looking about fitting 6 people on it, and that's a 47-foot boat. You're talking about a huge boat. A 47-foot center console can fit, shoot, I'll put 20 people on that. Another reason was that outboards were becoming much more reliable and didn't require nearly as much maintenance and were less of a headache. Now that they're making center consoles that can achieve speeds of 90 miles an hour or more, with the addition of Mercury's new 450R, these are slowly taking place of your traditional quote-unquote go-fast boats. Now don't get me wrong, I think that high-performance boats are making a comeback, but it's not in traditional V-bottom with stern drives. It's in the 32-foot to 39-foot cats with twin outboards that can reach speeds of 130 miles per hour. But that's a whole other video within itself that I will be releasing later. I wanted to keep this video short, guys. Give you my 2 main reasons of why I think power boats are kind of going extinct, even though I said they're making a comeback. Traditional power boats and go-fast boats are going extinct. That about wraps it up for this video, guys. It's been Life Offshore. If you like this video, drop a like for me, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thanks, guys. Peace.